Hello and welcome back to the BJONESSTYLE channel. I'm gonna jump right into what this whole video is about. I don't know if you guys experience this, but I've realized every single year I get into a rut. In particular, a style rut. This entire video is how to get out of a style rut. Every single January, I just kind of hit this wall mentally, creatively. And yes, I do get in a style rut too, just like all of you guys. I know it looks like I wear, new things every day, but I'm just internally just not feeling super inspired. But I do think there's positives to being in a rut. I think that's part of the creative process. Sometimes you need those downs to then have the epiphanies. So it's not a bad thing. I am here though to help you get out of that and rejuvenate that brain of yours and rejuvenate mine, by the way. Today is going to be very fun because what we're gonna do, I'm gonna do this with you. We're gonna do some practices in getting out of a style rut. These are just 5 different ways that I use to get out of a style rut. Or maybe not what you're traditionally hearing. This is definitely the always play dress up version of this. You can do this 2 ways. You can sit here, watch the video, maybe make some notes, mental notes, notes in your phone, whatever you're thinking, or you can just kind of almost participate alongside me because I am going to just be doing this with you guys. We're gonna jump into the 5 different ways to get out of a style rut. I've got my laptop here just so I can reference some inspiration and you guys can join me if you want to. The first way to get out of a style rut is take a character or a style icon and let them be your inspiration. Let's go to Pinterest. Characters and icons to me are one of the easiest ways to get out of a rut. The way that I want you to approach this is not looking and then being inspired. I actually kind of want you to take on that character. Get outside of your reality. You might be in a small town, you might be in a big city, you might be in the country. Forget all of the reality and step into dreamland. Pretend you are a character from a movie that you love, or you're one of your favorite icons and dress for that icon. You guys know me that I am a massive fan of Carrie Bradshaw, and that of course is one of my #1 characters I always go to when I'm in a style rut. We're going to let that one go today just so I can kind of do a little bit of a different one for you guys. Whenever I have dressed as a character, like I've done a video that was where I took on Carrie Bradshaw and I recreated looks of hers, or even way back in the day I did the week of dressing like Marilyn Monroe. Whenever I have done that, I am not me anymore. And I feel like I own what I wear in a different way than Beth does. You can even think of like Beyonce always says, she's Sasha Fierce on stage and Beyonce at home. And so kind of think of that, like you are that character for the day. You're not you, you're that character, and just go out throughout the day, embrace that character and just shake it up a little bit. I'm gonna go here onto Pinterest and I'm going to do a search on a character that I'm going to take today, Bianca Jagger. I am so inspired by what's coming on the runways for spring, which is much more of this tailored 70s style. And Bianca Jagger, to me, was the ultimate queen of this. She wore suits. I'm looking at one right now. She's got like a bow tied at the collar. I love how she wore hats. She would wear a suit with like a crazy wide brim hat. Oh, I'm looking at one where she's got on denim rolled, and then she's got boots catching up to the kind of cropped denim with a blazer and big shades. I am going to tackle Bianca Jagger. We're going to get out of that style rut. I'm going to look at even more of this inspiration, collect just what she's doing here, and then go into my closet and pick out pieces inspired by Bianca Jagger. So this is where I started. I've got on some 1970s high-waist trouser pants, very Bianca. She was always a little more chic and less gypsy, and so I felt like these were more tailored. And then I paired them with a polka dot navy matching shirt, 1970s as well. Taking little style notes from Bianca, she loved to tie on scarves, and so I found this beautiful, colorful scarf that I tied here around the neck and then threw them on with a few of my neck party pieces. 70s style square-toed loafer shoes with tailored union orange kind of printed socks, which I just felt like was fun, and a pop of color. This seemed like the perfect Bianca blazer to wear. It's vintage Moschino, and I love that this has all of the colors that I'm rocking in this outfit. So it's got the navy, it's got even some of the colors that are showing up here in the scarf and in my shoes and socks. And she also wore brooches glasses, so I threw on this little Lulu Frost brooch just to add a little pizzazz to the look. Couldn't do a Bianca Jagger look without a great hat. And it just totally is that 70s wide brim style that was really popular in the time. And then I feel like it also tied in a lot of the colors that are in the blazer. This is how I'm getting out of my style rut right now with a little Bianca Jagger magic. I also just wanted to show you this fun little styling idea I had. Normally these buttons go down here, but I love the idea of taking this and buttoning it up here and letting this kind of hang differently. This hangs low and then it just creates some shape and some interest to the outfit. Also kind of modernizes it for now, just something a little bit different. So this is me taking Bianca Jagger magic and getting out of my style rut from the bottom to the top. The second way to get out of a style rut is a little bit of a challenge. You have to pick an entire outfit of pieces that you have not worn in a very long time. They've been sitting in your closet, you love them, but for some reason you're not wearing them, so your entire outfit has to be made up of those pieces. Such a good way to exercise your brain with a new and exciting method. I think like bringing new life into old pieces that you love, but for some reason you're not wearing. And one reason we're in a rut is because we keep wearing the same things over and over. I know I do. I keep going back to the same pants and the same blazers and all those things. The challenge for this one is to pick from head to toe pieces that you have not worn. Let's just say in the last 3 months. Or if you're like me, which I'm sure we all have these, you've recently thrifted and you have a bunch of finds from the thrift store or the vintage store that you haven't worn yet. And they've just been hanging there, calling your name, saying, come, please play with me, create an outfit with me. And you haven't. I think this is just a great way to kind of just get out of the rut that you're in, the routine you're in, the things you're wearing all the time, and mix it up. So we're gonna do that right now. This is what resulted from all unworn, meaning that I haven't worn either this season at all, or I just haven't worn these in a long time. And actually, I think almost every single piece has not been worn at all this season and should have been worn this season. Kind of a fun, crazy mix, but it started with these crazy yellow plaid pants and I have not worn them. I kind of realized they were tucked away, hiding. Also, I just watched the runway show from Copenhagen Fashion Week of rave review clothes. Their whole show was basically plaid mixing, and so that inspired this look as well. Had seen that show, thought it'd be fun to mix it with more plaid. I have not worn this amazing plaid blazer yet this season. It's been hanging in my closet. It's great because it's lightweight, and so I then paired it with this. Then I was like, what other plaid pieces do I have? And so I had this button-down plaid shirt in my closet. Again, have not worn that at all this season. Let's go with one more plaid piece. This belt is actually from a jacket last season that I took off, and I wore it last season a lot and loved it and haven't worn it. And so I thought this was so fun to throw on one more plaid piece to the outfit because it's just like a plaid explosion. I even pulled out these Moschino earrings that, again, have not worn. Pulled out these vintage loafer, very Gucci-esque. Don't know the last time I've worn them. So I think every single piece is unworn either this entire season or not in a long time. This is a good practice in not wasting the clothes in your closet and rejuvenating your brain with all new pieces. So this is getting out of your style rut, wearing all unworn pieces from the bottom to the top. The third way to get out of a style rut is to get dressed based off of color. Color is a great way to lift your mood. It's a mood booster. And this can be done in so many different ways. This is something I do. I go onto Pinterest, say I have some red pieces that I'm just not wearing that often. So I'm gonna type in red color palette. And then all of a sudden, just different color palettes come up. So it's showing me different ways of wearing the color red. So I see here like more of a dark raspberry wine red looks amazing with blues, like sky blue and navy. That's a really fun idea. Ooh, here's another one that looks really amazing. There's dark red with a dark blue, with emerald green, with gold. Ooh, this is a really great one. Just definitely a mood booster with red. We could do red and orange and yellow and blue and gray. Just like a very poppy, bold. Going to save that one. This is like already awakening new ideas in my brain. So those are just some different ideas. What I'm going to do is probably go into my closet and kind of pick out one colored piece. And then when I dress up the look, I'll share the color palette that I chose to be inspired by. Dressing a color palette. I took the color palette that we were talking about. It showed light blue and navy, yellow, orange, red, and gray. Couldn't figure out how to put all those together just based off the pieces that I have in my closet, but I got a lot of them in this outfit. It started with this dreamy blue, sky blue, beautiful skirt. This is from Estee, and I haven't had a chance to wear it yet, and this is making me so excited for spring, and it's getting me out of my style rut. So I started with this. It's so floaty and soft, and it's this really interesting shape, and so you can kind of even wear it like lots of different ways, let it hang differently. Once I had this skirt, which was in the palette, I remembered I recently found this navy sweater. You guys might remember I have a yellow, a pink, and now a navy version of the sweater. This is Urban Outfitters, but I have been getting all of them from Crossroads, and I just love it, and it makes it kind of cozy and appropriate for now in the weather. Teasing in more color, I thought it would be so fun to put on these chunky yellow earrings. I picked these up at Prison Boutique, and it just is so much fun because we're playing with blues, and then I pop the yellow, and then to pop a little bit more color, I threw on my little red slingback square-toed shoes. To continue that shade of red, I grabbed this vintage clutch, which I've had for a really long time and totally forgot about it until now. I'm so excited. I did the faux hair bob tuck, and I threw on my black highball sunnies. This is me getting out of my style rut with a color palette story from the bottom to the top. This is seriously so much fun. I'm having a blast styling these looks for you guys because it's just working my brain in all new ways. So I really want you to be doing this at home too. Let's see what else I can create. Number 4 way to get out of the style rut is to take runway inspiration. Take an entire collection from the recent shows. Honestly, at this time of year when it's like that January, February, it's still chilly, kind of itching for the spring feelings, but we're not totally there yet. So you could kind of take inspiration from the spring 2020 shows. I even look at pre-fall. If there is any fall shows for 2020 coming out, I actually look at those because it's still chilly here, so I could start to wear some of those now. You often ask where I get some of my inspiration, and one of my favorite places is the Vogue Runway app. Let's just even see what the latest shows are. Pre-fall has happened, so let's look at, oh my goodness, this is amazing. It's Dice KAYEK. I hope I'm saying that right. This is their pre-fall show. So this is fun because I feel like a lot of this stuff I can wear now. It's a little bit more wintry, but lots of suiting. You guys know I love the suit. Oh my goodness. I just saw a super fun look. This is like a white pilgrim, you know, billowy top with more of a vest type tailored piece with trousers and boots. Man, you guys, get yourself a 3-piece suit because it's happening. The waistcoat is happening. Okay, I love this. You might look at this first and go, I don't know if this is inspirational. This is a suit all in the same color. So it's one color palette, all chocolate brown. What I think is interesting about this is there's like more of a shrunken jacket blazer underneath, and then a little bit maybe more of an oversized one. This is probably a vest, but I feel like you could also pull this off with like a smaller blazer and then an oversized blazer and then trousers, and then like keep it all in the same color family or in the same print. I like that idea. I love this midi length plaid skirt with like more of a fun pop color blouse and then a boot underneath the skirt. I'm so full of new inspiration. There is a lot of inspiration right there. And so just spend time, get yourself on Vogue Runway and look at all of the upcoming shows or the shows that are, you know, coming out hot, or some of the old shows. Just look, just get inspired, zoom in. I love to like zoom in when I'm on my phone. Like, what are the little details? Like, how did they style that differently? Just get your brain buzzing in all new ways. This is a result of being inspired by the runway. I took 2 of the ideas, the 3-piece suit, the trouser pant with what looked like vest dress. You may remember, this is a dress that I thrifted and have not worn, and I actually just chopped it off because I was inspired by that idea of more of like a vest dress look. And then I thought, ooh, I could play with all of the same type of print in the way that they played with the same type of color. I made a 3-piece suit that is actually not a suit. They're all 3 different pieces. The dress, blazer. These are pants that I thrifted in my fall trends video, but somehow they all look identical. I went ahead and put on this leopard print turtleneck to add some more print to the look and a little something else to the outfit. Went with what is going to be super hot for spring, a chain necklace, gold hoops, and I just went with simple little sling back flats. These are from MVMT. To complete the look, I'm taking some 80s power sunglasses and also the clutch that you guys saw in my previous outfit. The inspiration of the runway from the bottom to the top. And the fifth and final way to get yourself out of a style rut, use what I used to call way back when I first started YouTube, your cheapest accessory, which is your hair. Try something different with your hair. And I'm speaking to myself. Look at this. I keep wearing my hair like this every single day, or I do like the split middle bun in the back or a ponytail or something. I gotta try something new. I actually used to do this all the time. I used to wear my hair in the craziest different ways. I just have gotten a little bit lazier. I also am a lot busier. So spending time on my hair is not always my first priority. But just doing a completely new hairstyle can totally change your look. Let's go to Pinterest and then let's type in fashion editorial hair. Something I'm always loving is this wet, swept back hair. I never know how to pull that off though. I love that. I always love something like this. Now this, of course, makeup is very elaborate. Her hair is like lots of curls and kind of crazy and pinned up with curls. I feel like I could pull that off. This is something so simple, but this is a really low pony and she's got it tied in a bow. That's such a great way to just change your outfit with one little simple thing. Hair can be a great way to just get yourself out of a style rut, change up how you're dressing, and feel something new that day with just the change of your hair. A new hairdo can completely change up what you end up styling, what you end up wearing. I took a little bit of the inspiration that I saw on Pinterest and kind of did this crazy half swept, messy, curly updo. Once I had done that, I then felt like I'm a little bit of a 70s secretary who's a little crazy. And so the outfit that resulted is my vintage Halston set. I actually flipped the skirt around backwards and usually I would wrap it in the front and I wrapped it in the back. And the set tucked in. I wanted to wear it differently than I normally do, so I buttoned it all the way up to the top, and then I threw on this vintage brooch that I've had forever, and I just felt like it kind of was like this quirky little Western touch. And then, because of the color palette, I know this is like a different choice, but I did these fishnet tights, which are Swedish stockings, these crazy mules, which have like the brown in them, which is in the skirt. And I just liked how kind of unexpected that was. Of course, I need one more little touch. 70s mad scientists meet some Gucci goodness. That completed my crazy look, which it was all about the hair. The hair inspired this quirky outfit. You know, messing with your hair and switching it up. Of course, it doesn't have to be as crazy as I did. And then just look at yourself with the hair and then think, just like I always think, what character am I with this? And that is what I am right now. I'm the mad scientist in the 70s with this hair. So this is me getting out of my style rut, trying a new hair look from the bottom to the top. I already feel so excited, so rejuvenated in February with all new ideas from today, just taking this challenge to take these 5 different ways to get out of the style rut, mix it up. I hope you did your homework while you watched this. I hope you took notes, or you got on Pinterest as well, or you got on the Vogue Runway app and you're just letting your brain get all full with new inspiration. You spend the next 5 days taking one of these and letting that be your inspiration for the day. Find a character that you want to dress or a style icon, pick all new unworn pieces, use a color palette for inspiration, take your recent runway show, let that determine what you wear, or just change up your hair. If you do that for the next 5 days, you're gonna feel like a new woman. I feel like a new woman just from today. Get me out of that rut, because you know what? I feel like sometimes it's just about moving and getting out of the routines of the same thing, shaking it up a little bit, reawakening your senses, finding new things, fresh things, and now you're gonna be ready. I know we're a month later, but you are ready now for 2020. I had the best time doing this for you guys today. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Please leave your comments below. I'd also love to know what other ways that you use to get out of a style rut, because we'd all love to hear those ways too. Hop over on Instagram, follow me at BJONESSTYLE, and let me know if you guys have done this, if you've used the 5 ways to get out of a style rut. Send me pictures of yourself, tag me. I wanna see it, I wanna share it with everybody. The Always Play Dress Up community. Always play dress up, and I'll see you guys later. Bye!